Hello one and all, Old School Gamer 1971, back with yet another opinion. Before I begin, a special shout out to Millie and Lloyd. Also, if you like what you hear, like, subscribe or comment. Do all three and make my day. Our first topic today is PlayStation Plus for August. So, without further ado, probably the biggest one or best one on offer is probably Mafia 3. It has a big open world and it doesn't shy away from what was going on at that period of time. So there is racism in the game, which whilst wrong is authentic for that time period. Different tactics makes for entertaining missions. So maybe you can go in like really quiet and silent, and you use stealth and you use tactics such as that, or maybe you go in all guns blazing and shoot the place to hell. Either way, it is a really good game as well. One thing that I think is really cool is it has the protagonist from Mafia 2 in. The fact you get to see what happened after Mafia 2 and where he is now was something that I really liked as well.
Back for more training, soldier?
If you want to plough some hours into gameplay, and if you want to play a game that is a lot of fun to play with a pretty good story, I won't say it's not cliched, but it's a pretty good story, Mafia 3 is well worth a download and a play if you have never played it and you don't own it yourself. On to Dead by Daylight. Now, for a while, Dead by Daylight was my favourite game, and then they started to change things. Now, whilst it has solid gameplay and it's fun to play as well, a problem with it is I feel that you need all the add-ons to really get the most from it. So you've got all the maps, all the characters, everything that goes with it. You really need to invest on the other, like, killers and survivors as well. Something else to be pointed out as well is it has now got to a point where there's more advantage to the killer. The fact you cannot retaliate against the killers, which I get is most of the point of the game, the fact that they can come, grab you, take you, shove you on a hook, nobody comes to help you, that's your game over. Whilst that might be entertaining, there's a lot more entertainment to a chase, to that side of things. Certainly for me, a person that doesn't like to play the killer on the game and prefers to play the survivor, more of a cooperative experience, to wait 4 or 5 minutes sometimes to then just literally lose based upon that, I think is a bit much. So next up we have Here They Lie. Now, I cannot say that I've played too much of Here They Lie. I've got a VR, so it is compatible with both VR and the standard PlayStation. But as well, one thing to be said, what I did play was very atmospheric. It drawn you in, and I haven't played a lot, but it's one that when I get some spare time, when I'm not trying to platinum one game or another, certainly I will give it a real good go. Right, on to the next one. Knowledge is Power. This one is a good party game. There's not enough party games around, and certainly for a group of people this is quite a bit of fun, really. There's not enough of these, and as well you can use your phone to play it as well. The louder the friends, you get more out of this. So if you've got a lot of very quiet friends, you're not necessarily going to get out of this what you would if you had a loud and boisterous friends. To me, it's a strong month. even though I owned them all except Knowledge is Power, I still see it as a good month for PlayStation owners, and certainly if you've got PlayStation Plus, they're all worth a download as well, which to me is a good thing. Right, this week I am doing my top 10 open world games. Now, this probably, other than RPG, is my favourite genre of games. It is one that I enjoy playing. So, without further ado, in this order, number 10, Bully. Came out on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Developed by Rockstar Games, a company you're going to hear quite often on this list. It came out in 2006 on the PlayStation 2, 2012 on the PlayStation 3 and 2016 on the PlayStation 4. This was really Rockstar's answer to absolutely everybody that tried to just say, well, you know, they're one-dimensional, the games are just violence, they're not a good game, it's all about exploitation. And then they brought this out, Bully. And basically they made it so you didn't kill anybody. They made it so that it was all about the gameplay. It wasn't about, you know, just, you know, killing people. And they just shown absolutely everybody how wrong they were. And they done it brilliantly. And this game is a solid game. Anybody that has ever played it through from beginning to end knows how good the game is, and it is, and there should be a follow-up. Come on, Rockstar, just give us another Bully game, and we'll be quite happy to play for a few more years. Number 9, Far Cry 5. Platform PS4, developer Ubisoft, came out this year. Now I know some people are going to be like, yeah, but it's not as good as Fallout 3, and I get that, I understand that, but to me Fallout 5 was amazing. The world in which it was created and the way that it was presented, it's like Midwest America. It is absolutely amazing to play, and it looks the part. That is the important part of this. Is it's the world that I loved more necessarily than the game itself, and as such the game can't really be faulted. I liked it, I enjoyed it. Out of all of them, it's the world that interested me the most, and because of that, that's the one that is on the list, is Far Cry 5. I love the story as well. I love, like, the fact you can have a cheetah and a dog or a bear and just go round in this world, and it is just outstanding. That is what I want from a game. I want a game that pulls me in, keeps me interested and makes me want to play it, and that is what I feel with Far Cry 5. I have got one more piece of download content to go. I'm going to post my thoughts upon the Mars.
And this one's a doozy. Think you can get to it?
I'm going to post a video about the Mars expansion, but everything I've played so far has been top quality, and I will be honest, the fact of the DLC, you get Far Cry 3 and 3 really big maps, I was happy. I was very happy with my purchase. Right, on to number 8. Minecraft. It came out on the PS3 and PS4, developed by Mojang. Year 2013 on PS3 and 2014 on PS4. Yes, I accept the fact that your open world is one that you create yourself, but that is the beauty of it. You can create something absolutely amazing, or you can make it as dark or as light as you want to. if you want to and you're bored of making something, just blow it up and start all over again. It is a really good game. As well, if you are creative, or if you want to make a farm and just have farm animals, or if you want to build a castle, then you've got redstone, so you can make machinery and things like that. Pretty much, it's a pretty solid game. Yeah, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, get that, accept that, but if you can look beyond the square graphics, and if you can look and see, if your creativity is such, you will get a lot out of Minecraft. I know I still play it occasionally, not so much at the moment because I'm trying to get like 10 or 12 platinums this year, so going to be a bit hard pushed, but when I get some spare time, normally it's Minecraft I go to. Number 7, The Saboteur. Came out on PlayStation 3, developed by Pandemic. Unfortunately, it was their last game. And I say unfortunate, and I mean unfortunate. This was a cracking game. It came out in 2009, and I've often wished that EA would give it to somebody else, because I know Pandemic aren't together anymore. But it would have been so nice to have had a PlayStation 4 version. The game starts off as black and white, and as you go through all the different areas, it becomes colour. And you're fighting like Nazis, and it's during the Second World War. You play an Irishman that likes to fight and likes to pretty much cause as much destruction as possible. And man, is this game good. It never got the recognition it deserved, and there was talk of a follow-up, but it never happened because EA shut Pandemic Studios. Please, somebody make either a follow-up or a remake of this game, because a lot of people miss this, and it is a pity. At number 6, Red Dead Redemption. Came out on PlayStation 3, developer Rockstar, there they are again, and in the year 2010. I remember playing this game and thinking, I never knew I wanted to be a cowboy as much as this. It was great fun, and the open world, if you wanted to go and do something to do with it, you could. If not, you had a wide open world with many different things to do. Whether or not it was horse wrangling, whether or not it was gambling, whatever took your fancy, you could do on this game. I cannot wait for the second one, and just hope that the world is as varied as this one was. It looks amazing, and the fact you need a boat to cover part of it, I can't wait. Number 5, Fallout 4. PlayStation 4 game, Bethesda, 2015 release date. Right. For some people, they love Fallout 3, hated Fallout 4, or dislike what Fallout 4 did. I'm going to say it right now, I love Fallout 4, I did not like Fallout 3. I felt there was some limitations that was there, mainly due to hardware, but I did think that even though it had limitations, it could have done just that little bit more. Just a little bit more with what it had. And as such, I do think that it has been one of those things where they could have done more, but they didn't with Fallout 3. Fallout 4, on the other hand, I spent a good 6 months wandering around that wasteland and didn't regret one day of those 6 months. It was quite a, won't say sad day, but quite a day when I had to say goodbye to it and go on to another game. But boy, was it a good place to play. As well, on top of it, lots of side missions, lots to do. You're not going to run out of things to do on Fallout 4 very quickly. And the storyline and plot, 3 different factions that you can side with, so much to do. Really, really good game. Right, on to my number 4, Mafia 3. platform, PlayStation 4, developed by Avalanche in 2015. As I've already mentioned, I like this game, but I didn't really mention the world. The world was amazing. The fact like you have like swamps and cities and like small little towns, you have like problems in the mall that you've got to sort out for different people. It was a really good, solid game, and I've spoke about it already, so I won't go too in depth, but please believe me when I say it is a really good game. Honestly, it's well worth playing. The fact it's free right now for anybody who doesn't own it, that is something that is really good. So my number 3, Mad Max, came out on the PS4, developed by Avalanche in 2015. Okay, I've just messed up on Mafia, but there we go. But no, it is. When I went into Mad Max, I really
Maybe you've already seen it, but some trouble is
couldn't
going down here where you
believe
are.
what they did with the wasteland in Mad Max. I really felt like, what can you do? Desert. That's it, desert. But I never knew the desert could be beautiful. It could look amazing. The fact you've got shipwrecks. The combat is pretty much Batman's combat. That was just something that was outstanding, and it was. I got halfway through, and then there was a problem with the map. And when I finally got round to the update, it didn't work, so I went right back to the beginning and played it from the beginning again. I weren't bothered, and then on the day I had to say goodbye, it was one of those days where I'm like, damn, I'm gonna say goodbye to this world. But my, what a world that was. By the way, Mafia came out in 2017 and was developed by Hangar 13, to correct myself. Okay, number 2, Witcher 3 came out on the PlayStation 4, developer CD Projekt Red, and it came out in 2015. Okay, I will confess, I have not finished Witcher 3. It is on my to-do list, but there's quite a few games on my to-do list. But what I played of it, you could applaud the world and the fact that it played so well, and it had an interesting and varied world that looked beautiful, and the more they added to it, the DLC, the better it became. And because of it, to me, it's one of those games where you look and just think, do you know what, I could spend a year in this place and not even think about it. It is so good and so diverse, and I advise anybody that has never played Witcher 3, at least try it. I know one day I'll go back to it and it will come on my platinum list. But my number 1 game, GTA San Andreas, came out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Came out in 2004 for the PlayStation 2, 2015 for the PlayStation 3 and 2015 for the PlayStation 4, developed by Rockstar Games. Okay, this is not my favourite Grand Theft Auto, but it is my favourite Grand Theft Auto open world. My favourite Grand Theft Auto is Vice City because of storyline, music, but the world was so open, so varied, so much to do. You could swim for the first time in Grand Theft Auto. You could do so much, and it played like an absolute dream. And nobody, I mean, you could affect your weight, which would affect how you run. It affect your stamina. You could affect everything. Give them a new haircut, new clothes. You could do so much. And looking at the game now, even with Grand Theft Auto 5, I do not believe that it has the same varied things you could do. The fact you could get your gang and take over other areas, and once you've took them over, then you'd have to defend them as well. And to me, that is what made this game, the open world, a thriving open world that you felt or could be part of. And do you know what? I think many other games could learn an awful lot from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And certainly I hope that when 6 comes out, Grand Theft Auto 6, that they borrow heavily from this game, because I do think that in some respects Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 to a degree was a step down when it came to the quality of game and the quality of open world. Anyway, thanks for listening. Comment if you agree or disagree. If you have a list that is very different or feel that I've missed the game, leave a comment. Anyway, enjoy your day. Old Score Gamers signing off. Bye Millie. Bye Lloyd.